Akbar's Dream by Alfred Lord Tennyson and Inscription by ABUL FAZL for a Temple in Kashmir, Blochmann xxxii. O God, in every temple I see people that see Thee, and in every language I hear spoken, people praise Thee. Polytheism and Islam feel after Thee. Each religion says, Thou art one, without equal. If it be a mosque, people murmur the holy prayer, and if it be a Christian church, people ring the bell from love to Thee. Sometimes I frequent the Christian cloister, and sometimes the mosque. But it is Thou whom I search from temple to temple. Thy elect have no dealings with either heresy or orthodoxy, for neither of them stands behind the screen of Thy truth. Heresy to the heretic, and religion to the orthodox, but the dust of the rose-petal belongs to the heart of the perfume seller. AKBAR and ABUL FAZL before the palace at Futpur Sikri at night. Light of the nations asked his chronicler of Akbar, What has darkened thee tonight? Then, after one quick glance upon the stars, and turning slowly toward him, Akbar said, The shadow of a dream, an idle one it may be. Still I raised my heart to heaven, I prayed against the dream. To pray, to do, to pray, to do according to the prayer, are, both, to worship Allah, but the prayers, that have no successor indeed, are faint and pale in Allah's eyes, fair mothers they dying in childbirth of dead sons. I vowed whate'er my dreams, I still would do the right throw, all the vast dominion which a sword, that only conquers men to conquer peace, has won me. Allah be my guide. But come, my noble friend, my faithful counsel Eeyore, sit by my side. While thou art one with me, I seem no longer like a lonely man in the king's garden, gathering here and there from each fair plant the blossom choicest grown to wreathe a crown not only for the king but in due time for every Mussulman, Brahmin, and Buddhist, Christian, and Parsi, through all the warring world of Hindustan. While spake thy brother in his hymn to heaven, thy glory baffles wisdom. Hail the tracks of science making toward thy perfectness or blinding desert sand. We scarce can spell the aleph of thine alphabet of love. He knows himself, men nor themselves nor him, for every splintered fraction of a sect will clamor, I am on the perfect way, all else is to perdition. Shall the rose cry to the lotus, no flower thou? The palm call to the cypress, I alone am fair. The mango spurn the melon at his foot? Mine is the one fruit Allah made for man. Look how the living pulse of Allah beats through all his world. If every single star should shriek its claim, I only am in heaven, why that were such sphere music as the Greek had hardly dreamed of. There is light in all, and light, with more or less of shade, in all man modes of worship. But our ulama, who, sitting on green sofas contemplate the torment of the damned, already, these are like wild brutes new caged. The narrower the cage, the more their fury. Me they front with sullen brows. What wonder? I decree that even the dog was clean, that men may taste swine flesh, drink wine. They know too that whene'er in our free hall, where each philosophy and mood of faith may hold its own, they blurt their furious formalisms, I but hear the clash of tides that meet in narrow seas, not the great voice, not the true deep. To drive a people from their ancient fold of faith, and wall them up perforce in mine, unwise, unkinglike, and the morning of my reign was reddened by that cloud of shame when I hate the rancor of their castes and creeds, I let men worship as they will, I reap no revenue from the field of unbelief. I cull from every faith and race the best and bravest soul for counselor and friend. I loathe the very name of infidel. I stagger at the Koran and the sword. I shudder at the Christian and the stake. Yet, Allah, says their sacred book, is love, and when the Gon Padre quoting him, Isa ben Maryam, his own prophet, cried, Love one another little ones, and, bless, whom? Even, your persecutors. There methought the cloud was rifted by a purer gleam than glances from the sun of our Islam. And thou rememberest what a fury shook those pillars of a mouldered faith, when he, that other, prophet of their fall, proclaimed his master as the Son of Righteousness, yea, Allah here on earth, who caught and held his people by the bridle rein of truth. What art thou saying? And was not Allah called in old Iran the Son of Love, and Love the net of truth? A voice from old Iran. Nay, but I know it. His, the hoary sheik, on whom the women shrieking atheist, flung filth from the roof, the mystic melodist who all but lost himself in Allah, him Abu Sa'id, a sun but dimly seen here, till the mortal morning mists of earth fade in the noon of heaven, when creed and race shall bear false witness, each of each, no more, but find their limits by that larger light, and overstep them, moving easily through, after ages. In the love of truth, the truth of love. The sun, they rail at me the Zoroastrian. Let the sun, who heats our earth to yield us grain and fruit, and laughs upon thy field as well as mine, and warms the blood of Shia and Sunni, symbol the eternal. Yea, and may not kings express him also by their warmth of love for all they rule, by equal law for all? By deeds a light to men? But no such light glanced from our presence on the face of one, who breaking in upon us yestermorn, with all the hells a glare in either eye, yelled, Hast thou brought us down a new Koran from heaven? Art thou the prophet? canst thou work miracles? And the wild horse, anger, plunged to fling me, and failed. Miracles. No, not I nor he, nor any. I can but lift the torch of reason in the dusky cave of life, and gaze on this great miracle, the world, adoring that who made, and makes, and is not, what I gaze on, all else form, ritual, varying with the tribes of men. But, my friend, thou knowest I hold that forms are needful. Only let the hand that rules, with politic care, with utter gentleness, mold them for all his people. And what are forms? Fair garments, plain or rich, and fitting close or flying looselier, warmed but by the heart within them, moved but by the living limb, and cast aside, when old, for newer, forms. The spiritual in nature's marketplace, the silent alphabet of heaven and man made vocal, banners blazoning a power that is not seen and rules from far away, a silken cord let down from paradise, when fine philosophies would fail, to draw the crowd from wallowing in the mire of earth, and all the more, when these behold their Lord, who shaped the forms, obey them, and himself here on this bank in some way live the life beyond the bridge, and serve that infinite within us, as without, that all in all, and over all, the never-changing one and ever-changing many. In praise of whom the Christian bell, the cry from off the mosque, and vaguer voices of polytheism make but one music, harmonizing, pray. There westward, under yon slow-falling star, the Christians own a spiritual head, and following thy true counsel, by thine aid, myself am such in our Islam, for no mirage of glory, but for power to fuse my myriads into union under one. 2. Hunt the tiger of oppression out from office, and to spread the divine faith like calming oil on all their stormy creeds, and fill the hollows between wave and wave. To nurse my children on the milk of truth, and alchemize old hates into the gold of love, and make it current, and beat back the menacing poison of intolerant priests, those cobras ever setting up their hoods. 1. Allah. 1 Khalifa. Still. At times a doubt, a fear, and yester-afternoon I dreamed, thou knowest how deep a well of love my heart is for my son, Salim, mine heir, and yet so wild and wayward that my dream, he glares askance at thee as one of those who mix the wines of heresy in the cup of counsel. So, I pray thee, well, I dreamed that stone by stone I reared a sacred fane, a temple, neither pagod, mosque, nor church, but loftier, simpler, always open-doored to every breath from heaven, and truth and peace and love and justice came and dwelt therein. But while we stood rejoicing, I and thou, I heard a mocking laugh, the new Koran. And on the sudden, and with a cry, Salim, thou, I saw thee fall before me, and then me too the black-winged Azrael overcame, but death had ears and eyes. I watched my son, and those that followed, loosen, stone from stone, all my fair work. And from the ruin arose the shriek and curse of trampled millions, even as in the time before. But while I groaned, from out the sunset poured an alien race, who fitted stone to stone again, and truth, peace, love and justice came and dwelt therein, nor in the field without were seen or heard fires of sati, nor wail of baby wife, or Indian widow, and in sleep I said, all praise to Allah by whatever hands my mission be accomplished. But we hear music. Our palace is awake, and morn has lifted the dark eyelash of the night from off the rosy cheek of waking day. Our hymn to the sun. They sing it. Let us go. Hymn I once again thou flammest heavenward, once again we see thee rise. Every morning is thy birthday gladdening human hearts and eyes. Every morning here we greet it, bowing lowly down before thee, thee the God one Ike, thee the changeless in thine ever-changing skies. 2 Shadow Maker, Shadow Slayer, arrowing light from clime to clime, hear thy myriad laureates hail. Thee monarch in their woodland rhyme, warble bird, and open flower, and, men below the dome of azure kneel adoring him the timeless in the flame that measures time.